This meeting of the Gadsden City Council will now come to order, and the chair calls on City Clerk Ivan Nelson for the roll call.
Councilman Harris.
Here.
Councilman Williams is absent today. Councilman Avery.
Here.
Eccles.
Here.
Stewart.
Here.
Cannon.
Here.
Reed.
Here.
We have a quorum present, and the meeting is open for business. I'm going to ask Jeremy Ward to lead the invocation. Please stand and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Father, we just praise you today for the blessing you put in our life, the grace that you showed to us. And Lord, we thank you for the privilege you've given me. Lord, just to discuss and govern. Lord, I pray for our leaders this morning that each decision they make would be beneficial to our city and to the citizens. And God, that you would be glorified in the actions and the words that are spoken today. And Lord, we do praise you that you've given this freedom to us. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the work session and the city council meeting held on June the 18th.
So moved.
Second. Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to approve minutes.
Chair will entertain a motion to ratify payment of the accounts for the week of June the 14th through the 20th.
So moved. Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to ratify payment of the accounts.
Proclamations, Mayor? Unfinished business, we have none. First reading of an ordinance amending City Code 118-92 to make Fowler Avenue from Lookout Avenue to Highland Avenue a one-way street. This ordinance was presented today for the first reading, and the council will vote on it next week.
Mr. President, at this time I'd like to ask to suspend the rules to consider this ordinance, please.
Second.
Clerk, you take the vote.
Those in favor to consider the ordinance today at its first reading, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
Now move to adopt.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President, this is by petition requested by the people over there. It's making one way from Lookout Avenue up to Highland Avenue, a one-way. If you want more discussion on it, we have a situation where we have it's about 10 feet wide from Lookout going up to Highland. And it's highly unsafe because cars are coming down it and going up at the same time. And it empties into Fowler Avenue. That's probably almost a 4-lane highway going on up to the top to Ridge. So we're trying to expedite that and keep down a safety problem.
Is there any other? Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the ordinance, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
New business, is there any new business?
Yes, Mr. President, I have a resolution that I would like to ask for unanimous consent to consider today. It is a resolution authorizing grant application for a transportation alternative program to improve sidewalks and meet ADA and be ADA compliant in the city. The grant
Second.
Okay.
Clerk, you take the vote.
Those in favor to consider the resolution today, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
Move to adopt. Second.
Is there any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President, this is for a grant that we will be applying for. It's up to $500,000 with a 20% match. So the deadline for applying for this grant is this Friday, and if we receive the grant, our portion will be in next year's budget.
I got something on that.
Okay.
What we're doing is, that's the handicap accessible curb cuts you see, and for about the last 20 years, we should have been paving anywhere we pave. I mean, we should have been putting the curb cuts in, and they weren't done, so we're catching it up now, and that's what we need.
Also, too, this will be contracted out probably by a contractor to do that. Won't be our city crews be doing it.
We have somebody that's been doing it already.
Yeah, they'll be doing it, not our city crews. So that won't tie them up.
Any other discussion? Clerk, you take the vote.
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Is there any other new business?
Mr. President, I have a resolution here authorizing settlement agreement with Comcast. I'd ask for unanimous consent to consider.
Second.
Clerk, you take the vote.
Those in favor to consider the resolution today, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
Make a motion we approve.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
Yes, Mr. President, this is a settlement between the city and Comcast Cable. As you know, we get franchise fees, payments from them, and this is in the amount of $64,951. So we finally got this settled and ask for passage at this time.
Is there any other discussion? Clerk, you take the vote.
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Is there any other new business? Department reports, committees, boards, are there any?
Yes, Mr. President, we had some discussion upstairs about our youth and so on and so forth, and this morning we have Diane Short from Parks and Rec here who wants to give us a little report on something that they've come up with. Diane, would you come up?
Morning.
Good morning.
Turn it off.
Punch it.
Are we on now?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
Hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Okay, Susan Carter and Joan Hightower called me several weeks ago wanting to know what we could do to help the boys club. So I got with Carrie Payne, the director, and we went over some things that we have in our community centers and in our camps. And we drafted this program. I also gave her some information about our lunch programs. And sometimes when there's lunch programs, there's summer programs attached to the lunch programs that we don't necessarily know about, churches and Stripling School and the YMCA and all those places. So she got with them and found out what they could do, and then we gave a proposal to her, and Carrie approved it, and we've been working on some things. I was over at East Gadsden yesterday. We're going to a new TV today. We've got a new room over there that we can use on a limited basis because we do have groups and organizations that meet from time to time at different times. So we're setting up a place there for them to do that will free up another room over there so that hopefully we can find the monies for a foosball table and a air hockey table they would like to have, so that when the kids come in, we have a table tennis table right now up on the stage. So they're trying to come in and start organizing some activities. We have a floater that's been coming around and doing basketball camps, and he's floating from center to center to center. So at the last minute, not at the last minute, but we're doing all that we can to try to find a safe place and a good place for the kids this summer that may not have it because of the boys club. Any questions? I think most of you have a copy of it. Do you have any
I
questions?
think we came to the conclusion upstairs that part of our problem is communications. People don't know what's going on, and I think Andy's going to help us with the paper and maybe Channel 99 and get this on and
Yes,
get the
sir.
word out.
Okay, I understand that Susan Carter was going to have this particular information on her website. She was having parents call and say, I'm losing my job because I don't have anywhere for the kids to go to camp. So we have sites here that we're willing to take the kids camp. I checked Monday, I think it was, because this went out, I think it was Friday, was a week ago. And we've picked up one right now. One of our camps is full, and they have a waiting list, but we had two other camps that we could increase our numbers, and that's on her website, plus I carried her a copy of our nutrition site so parents would know where there's other activities and camps going on. So that went out, and then I also carried the nutrition program list to Brian Cox, and he was going to get it on 99 and some of this information. So it's only been like a week and a day, or a week and a couple of days since all this went out, and I'm sure, because I hear it all the time, well, I didn't know y'all did that, or how do we know about that? So this might be a good avenue to let parents know that we do have things out there We have over at Walnut Park, they're not a closed camp, but they have lunch every day. Thompson is not what we call a closed camp, but there's excellent managers everywhere. They love to have the kids come in. They'll organize anything, that we want. So we're ready if the parents will just find us.
Diane, excuse me, it was my understanding upstairs that there might be some additional funding available so we can possibly add to those camps that are full, maybe?
Yes, sir. We figured out how many that we could take with the staff that we had. We could take approximately 10 more students, and if it went over the 10, then the way I understood it from United Way in this paper, that they would help fund an employee or ever what we needed to go over that.
So we're looking at that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. That was on the proposal a week and a half ago when Ms. Carter and I talked.
Okay.
Very good.
The other issue that, we gave quite a bit of conversation to was consistency in the hours that all the recreation centers are open.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And perhaps, we want to also look at some weekend hours for the recreation centers.
Yes, sir.
We definitely want to look at that.
Yes, sir, we have talked about that. Right now, Carver Center is an air-conditioned gym, and but because of camp all week long, and then they are swamped, they really do have reservations. I've already got a list of where I need to help fill in some next week, the next few weeks with the reunions coming up. Then we are quite covered over there and at the community center, of course, at the gyms where we have the kids. Now, East Gadsden is a good spot, but during the time that we were open back in the fall, we had 8 kids during that time. And when it's so hot, it's hard to get the kids to come in the gym when it's that hot. But, we'll do whatever we need to do, extend hours. We will, whatever the community expresses, we'll see what we can work out. It might take some more employee creative, but Ms. Carter said she'd help us with that if we needed to be.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Billy, I'm gonna say it again. They got it set up, we're trying to get it set up, but we need the parents involved in everything we do. We gotta get the word out and tell grandmother, granddaddy, mama, daddy, aunt, uncle, anybody, older sister, older brother. Get behind them.
Thank you.
Find out, and let's go. Okay?
It's like we said back a couple of years ago when we started having some extended hours at some of the recreation centers. We made a commitment, that we would open the gyms of some of the community centers, and I think there were 3 in particular that had extended hours, but if you don't participate in those programs, we can't afford to have the employees out there and you don't participate. So when we open these facilities and when we have these programs, community, family, parents, churches, you need to get behind the program and get this communicated to the people so that we can partake of all these activities that we have, not just one in particular.
Okay. Okay, remarks by the mayor and the council. Ben, you want to start?
Sure, but everybody's gonna be, I think, really getting a treat on Saturday night from 5 to 9 at the gazebo in Alabama City on 27th and West Macon. Billy, you're not gonna sing. Just don't even push it.
We're going to have hot dogs?
No. No.
But if you don't have hot dogs,
However, I think I'll buy a few, go try to sell them. I got the poster here. It's Southern Gospel Singing is what it is. Bill Brady from B&B Flooring is putting it on free. But the key word here is free, and also the key word is they're gonna have higher ground there, Exodus, Evangeliers, and others. It's going to be from 5 to 9 p.m. Saturday at the gazebo in Alabama City. And he tells me, and I've checked these folks out, these people are pros. They're really, really good, and we need to go out there and back them up as well as enjoy all the good music that's going to be occurring with them. Anyway, that's all I have. Be sure and go.
Mayor?
Yes, sir.
Bill?
Thank you, Mr. President. I just have one thing. Thank you all for coming out to the council meeting today. We look out in the audience and see some new faces, so thank you all for being here in attendance. The Juneteenth celebration this past Saturday at Carver Center was very successful. The turnout was good time, good event, and we celebrated, I think, if I'm not mistaken, David, that was the 27th Juneteenth celebration that has been sponsored by WMGJ. And we appreciate those who participated and look forward to another great event next year.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have an announcement here. There's going to be a community meeting on this Thursday at 3:30 p.m. at New Liberty Tabernacle Church. It's to try to get some things going for our young people and not necessarily replace what was going on at the Boys and Girls Club, but to see what we can do as a community to supplement those programs that the city have and others. I have a number here that you can call, and hopefully we can get this put up on 99 between now and then. But Darrell or Ava, they work with the CED Mental Health, and the phone numbers 256-504-3956. I think that's Ava's number, and Darrell's number is 205-356-1536. This is in conjunction with New Liberty Tabernacle Church and CED Mental Health Outreach Program.
Appreciate it, Mr. President. I do want to echo what Ben had to say. There will be a free concert at the gazebo. Y'all come out. The cook is taking off this week. I think he's cooked about 1,600 hot dogs this year so far. And he's taking off this week. Y'all just come and enjoy the music.
I think Connie may be up there with her conies. That may work out well, too.
Yeah, but Johnny's hot dogs are free.
Yeah, but Connie's are real good.
Free is always better.
Amen. Tastes better.
You read my mind. I don't have anything to say this morning. Other than certainly emphasize the meeting that they're going to have over at Willie Simmons Church. And push again that we need to support CED Mental Health a little bit more. They do a great job in our community, working real hard with the drug programs, and so we'll be talking about that more a little later.
Okay. If there's not anything else, I'll entertain the motion we adjourn.
So moved.
So moved.